Hi, everybody. It's Mike Hayes, and we are back from Zoomtopia and from Thailand. And I don't say that lightly. I call the trip to Thailand a workcation. I don't know if I coined the term or not, but I'll claim it for the moment until somebody complains. But basically, I had a chance to go to Thailand. And I had some life-changing recognitions and moments after I went to the Zoom app conference called Zoomtopia. Gained even more respect for Zoom and the Zoom app there than I had going in. So I'm going to share some of that with you. I did go with one of my Wolfpack partners, Lucy Gable, who you can see right here if you're watching the recording later. So we're going to, and that's part of what Zoom is all about. People are meeting in new ways, and sometimes they're not necessarily time-synced meetings. So you can actually have a non-time synced meeting where maybe you tune into this recording later. It's just like a meeting, and you learn from me some of the new things that are happening. Even though you're maybe watching it at 2 o'clock in the morning, I don't know, you wake up, you have nothing else to do, so you watch a video. And I do try to make these videos really audio friendly because we're all so busy today that I want everybody, and because of my background in media, I totally make the distinction between video and audio. So, we're going to post these on YouTube so anybody can access them from your iPhone. That's going to be a big part. In fact, right after Zoomtopia, one of the first things I did was go out and buy the new iPhone 10 or X, but Apple says the X is a Roman numeral for 10. So just so you know, it's the iPhone 10. But Zoom is coming up with some brand new technologies, including chroma key, where you don't even have to have a green screen behind you. So it's pretty amazing stuff, and I thought it was really worthwhile. I don't want to be tethered to a desk. My goal for everybody watching is to help you to get new clients, get them in the way that you want to get them, and get them in the most cost-effective and time-effective way possible. And I believe I'm uniquely experienced to help you do that. After 25 years in the TV infomercial industry, I learned every inside secret of how to get and use cheap media and marketing. And when I say cheap, I mean cheap because inexpensive, at often a tiny fraction of what the media rate cards are. The reason I mention this is not only that everybody likes to save money, of course, but that is really what drove the entire $350 billion direct response industry. People often didn't realize. They thought it was just the best products that succeed in media marketing, and it's not. Often it's just the marketers who can get the media the cheapest, where if you get the media cheap enough, you can sell almost anything profitably. Because your cost, your overhead is so little compared to your competition that may be, I mean, to really explain it more carefully, let's say two people, a guy opens an ad, and let's say the Chicago Tribune, and he goes, oh, wow, that's a full-page ad about a product. And he calls up the Chicago Tribune, and they tell him that full-page ad is $15,000. Oh, wow. Well, that guy must be able to make that kind of money because he's selling it. And so he buys the ad for $15,000 and he sells $10,000 worth of product. He lost $5,000 because he didn't know this guy bought the same ad for $2,000. So this guy sold $10,000 worth of product and he made $8,000 in profit. That's really why the direct response industry exists. There's a thing called direct response rates. A lot of people don't know about them, but I decided that in addition to everything else I'm doing, one of the things I realized in Thailand is I'm going to teach people cheap media rules, because there are rules to getting cheap media. You have to understand it. You have to work like a pro and be able to work with it and understand how to use it to make the most of it, and understand, you know, what the true benefits are, even though, because, you know, you get criticism sometimes, oh, it's that unsold airtime. Yeah, it is unsold airtime. It's remnant media, it's leftover media. And people sometimes think it's useless because it's left over. But, you know, personally, I used it to sell over $200 million worth of one single product. And I've helped my clients sell hundreds of millions of dollars worth of product with unsold airtime. So I really call it cheap marketing rules, because there's a lot of ways to save money in marketing too, not just media, and how to really get the most out of everything. So I point that out. So we're going to be talking about mixers. We're going to talk about networking, how to network in person at mixers, to use video invitations, digital invitations to get people to come to your meetings. And if it's one-to-one meetings or one-to-many meetings in group, it doesn't matter. But I'm about helping you to increase your odds of achieving success. And then I'm going to have a little fun. I want to do a little motivating video for you too. Actually, I have two motivating videos from Thailand about really how to take wishful thinking and really turn it into dreams come true by using methods to save time and money. But first, let's start with a little overview with my buddy Lucy Gable, beautiful lady on the right here. And Lucy she's going to join the call, so stay tuned in a little bit. But she's an expert at energy and health and using science. She really is such a student of the science of health that she's going to come and she's going to talk about how to have the energy you need to run your business in the new economy. But I invited her to go to Zoomtopia with me. So here's a couple of reports that I put together for you to give you a little overview of what a few of the things that she and I learned from Zoomtopia. So this is Mike Hayes and Lucy Gable at Zoomtopia 2018. Hi everybody, it's Mike and Lucy, and we are back, and we are already in the future of us, okay? We're at the Zoom meeting. This is Lucy Gable. Lucy, why don't you talk a little bit about some of the things that you've learned here at the Zoomtopia 2018 conference?
Well, we were just witnessing the future of technology, essentially, and how technology is going to help us, you, to speed forward in your authority, in your business, in your life, in your whatever you're trying to do or to accomplish in life. You can speed that forward like 10 times through technology.
I think one of my takeaways, Lucy, actually came from the CEO of LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And he really talked about the difference between empathy and compassion.
Oh, yes.
And one of the keys for me was that term compassion, because I can definitely relate to anybody who is struggling to get new clients today. My industry was one of the first industries hit by the digital revolution, and it really changed it. And so it got my eyes open, and I see the more media there is, the more difficult it is to get new customers. And so that's kind of where my compassion is to help small business owners understand where we are, help them get new customers, and not only make the income they want, do it in the way they want, and with the greatest odds of achieving success. That's my takeaway from Zoomtopia.
Well, Mike, what I really like about what you're doing here is you're helping to bring that compassion piece and that human piece into the technology world, because we need both. Yeah. Technology is here, it's going to stay, it's going to keep growing in the lifespan of humans, but we also need to keep that humanity, that compassion, that understanding, that knowingness, so that we can maintain our individuality and our relationships. And I like that you're helping people to do that.
And I think we also learned with AI and everything else that technology doesn't create collaborations, people do.
That's right.
Okay, you guys, we're at Zoomtopia. This is exciting because there's some of the world's leading experts at the new economy in digital technology. They're speaking right in here. This is a packed room. Some of the world-class experts, right?
And people from around the country have come to this meeting.
Around the world.
Yeah.
And not only are they here, it's also being streamed live. Yeah. That's what we're here about, is the combination of in-person meetings, small or big, could be as big as this, still streamed live. It could be as small as a meetup with 10 people, but still streamed globally. That's what we're here for.
We're going to do a quick pan around the room here and show you what they're doing. They are so awesome to their customers, and they've got lots of food, and they've got a ton of vendors showing you the newest way to broadcast over Zoom online with cameras and microphones and lots of other rooms that you can have Zoom in, not just one. Here we have the Zoom store, and Mike's coming over. Come on over here, Mike, and join me.
And what we really have is kind of the new way that people are communicating and meeting.
Yeah.
All boiled into one platform, Zoom.
That's right.
Because really, let's break it down. We have Zoom, easy to use technology. We have Zoom chats, phone call. New technology with Zoom voice coming. We have Zoom rooms. We have Zoom meetings.
Nice, yep.
We have Zoom webinars. Mm-hmm. And in some of the new advanced features, you have select screen capture. So you can just grab a book cover or a graphic, or you could grab your Chrome, your browser. And so you could change from browser to browser. There's so many things you can do to help you to communicate better.
Yeah.
But also the other thing we've learned is that people are meeting differently. For example, quick example. In the past, maybe people would run an ad, let's say for a bike shop, there's an ad, they communicate that. Oh, okay, 40% off my bike. I'm going to go down and meet at the bike store, right? So I meet now in a different place, and that's where we do business. But today, in this new technology, new economy, people communicate in a different way, and then they meet in a different way, right?
Yeah.
They can meet online too. So I've been all about making media work again for a long time. But now we're also about making meetings work again.
That's right.
Now you have WeWork and shared workspace, where you can also have co-work meetings. I mean, there's
co-work meetings, but also one-on-ones with your customers from anywhere in the world at this point.
Better meetings for better client relations and more closes and more customers, really. Yeah. That's what it's really all about.
That's right. And where we were in the beginning, by the way, Zoom practices what they preach, and they're all about treating the customer well and internally maintaining a happy environment. And I think they're doing that because that's the way of the future.
They're doing it, they're proving it, and they're living it.
Yeah,
right?
It works.
That's what we've seen. Great people here at Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the amazing sessions we've been in, and some of the leaders from the CEO of Zoom, the venture capitalists of Zoom, the CEO of LinkedIn. I mean, we got it all, right?
Stephen Covey.
Yeah.
Talked today. Yeah, we had a lot of great information and a lot of basically reinforcement that things are changing fast, of course. And so, how do you get grounded in a fast-changing world, a fast-changing economy? And we got some information on that, right?
I think one of the big takeaways for me is we all kind of want the same things in the new economy. We want success. We want financial freedom. We want liberation, right? Well, what we learned are some great strategies for not only achieving those, maximizing them, and achieving greater odds of success to actually get them and enjoy the journey and enjoy having them.
Yes,
that's the takeaway that we got?
Part of it. Yeah, absolutely.
Tell me about some of your wins.
Mike, what I really loved was the CEO, Jeff Weiner of LinkedIn, just talked about how the way to be the best leader you can be is 1, get enough sleep, 2, eat right, 3, exercise, and 4, practice some mindfulness meditations. So that's in a nutshell. You've got to take care of yourself so that you can take care of everything else. That was my big win for today. How about you?
Who my big win came from? You.
Really?
Yeah.
From me.
Okay, it did. Honestly, and it came kind of the science of health. And the way you explained it to me was that it starts with science. Everything that you want in beauty, life, health, it starts with science. It kind of, you get the right combination, you get an explosion. It could be an explosion of flowers in a flower garden, beauty, and just so many wonderful things come from science. But that's where it starts, inside. And that was one of the key takeaways that I got from you.
I love that. That's a good takeaway. And Mike, from you, I got that you are in the right place at the right time with your new money media, your new economy chamber of commerce. You're teaching people how to develop their soft skills, which is something that was also mentioned in this conference, that soft skills
Jeff Weiner got it from the top.
They are the thing that people need to work on the most. they're the thing that are never going to go away, and AI is never going to take away the ability to be a human and converse with others and lead others. And this is what you're teaching people in your multimedia formats that you know so well.
When you say I'm in the right place, the way I look at it, we're in the right place, okay?
Yeah.
We all are.
We are all
because
in the right place.
Zoom, I've come to the conclusion, I love Zoom. Zoom is simple, fast, and nearly perfect, okay? You can't get better than that. It is a great technology, and it's really the technology that brings the cohesion, the confluence, a word we hear a lot here, where everything is coming together. The media, marketing, storytelling, person-to-person networking, freedom, liberation, excellence, fun, love. These are terms that are being, happiness. These are the terms that are being used here at the Zoom meeting.
Happiness, joy, yeah. Pleasing people and, enjoying your work. Super important for longevity in what you're doing, right?
And getting the shirts to prove it.
Yeah, the shirt.
Okay. So I tell you, Zoom has been so welcoming. They have been such an incredible host.
Yeah.
I talk about hospitality and soft skills, right?
Oh my gosh.
That Jeff was talking about.
Point.
They were practicing it here big time.
Yeah, they had an amazing conference and they really treated everyone here incredibly well.
We got some great interviews, we got some great sound bites, we got some great coaching about some of the new, really kind of advanced capabilities that Zoom has just added, some of the new things coming down the pipe. Plus, I think the other thing we learned is what is the current state of like the length, the content, and the composition of the ideal Zoom meeting or webinar. Much shorter than we thought, right?
Yeah, and it makes sense because people are into small, short clips of everything now.
And what else did they say? Takes two to tango, right?
They did say that as well.
So it really takes two to pull off the ideal webinar to really maximize. So they talked about the data. They talked about the statistics of creating financial success with webinars and what really pulls people in. So what we want to do is introduce this technology, assure you you are in the right place at the right time, and we want to help you to really understand that people are not only communicating in new ways, but they are meeting in new ways as well, right?
Yeah.
Not only in person, but online.
Absolutely, and that's where to be, the cutting edge right now. Meet with people online, expand your network and your business and your life.
So what we've learned is there's so much misinformation in the world today. And there's so much good information when you get to the right place or the right source. And so what we want to concentrate on, one of the things we want to concentrate on, is being mythbusters of false information, fake news, what works, what doesn't, what's true, what's not, and misunderstandings, just honest misunderstandings. We're so inundated with information today, there's so much to take in, there's going to be a lot of misinformation or just myths. So what we realize is the power of that, helping you to understand from my standpoint, the myths around the media, around meetups, around chambers of commerce. From your standpoint, I think a lot of myths around science and health and the outcomes that you can get from inside out.
That's right, yeah.
And helping other people to talk about the myths that they see in their own business and how to become the expert, the authority to help people to succeed in whatever field you're in, by understanding what the myths are, what your truth is, and helping people better to communicate with you, understand those, and get into one-on-one, one-to-one, person-to-person meetings with you, because that's one of the best ways to get new clients and make the media work again.
That's right, make the media work again. So we'll see you on our next edition where we'll share some of this stuff with you.
We're going to continue to shoot more stuff here, so stay tuned right here with me on the New Economy Chamber of Commerce, and with Lucy we're going to be doing a lot of meetups and meetings together on Zoom. Stay tuned. Thanks.
It was a blast, and it was so current and generous information. But before I go into any thoughts to kind of peer-to-peer with you on this, of what your take is or questions, anything I can clarify for you that maybe we didn't make clear?
No, I mean, it seems like your energy levels were both like super elevated at that event, and you could tell you guys just were having a blast there. And it sounds fascinating to have a CEO actually talk about getting enough sleep and taking care of your body. That's like old news, but it's new again.
I think we all start to, now that apps seem to be taking over the world, in our lives, we kind of think, oh, geez, I can do everything with an app. I can get sleep with apps, and I can do this with apps. We can't. We're still human beings. And, one of the things I want to share is a video that was really a life-changing recognition that I had in Thailand. And I kind of think I needed to go to Thailand to have this recognition. So I've got another video on that I want to share next, but it has to do with that exact thing, the human side of not losing our humanity, to make sure that we are using apps and technology as tools, and it's not using us, because you're either control the situation or you're controlled by a situation. We want to control apps and use them and not be used by them. So I'm going to do another screen share. Let me stop this share and start another one here. Here I am in Thailand. Here's where I kind of talk about how coming here right after Zoom and Zoomtopia and everything they talked about, how the change continued, let's put it that way. So here's an update. Hi guys, it's Mike Hayes here, and I got to tell you, I really finally figured out today why I feel so emotionally bonded to an app named Zoom. And I got to tell you, I discovered that it took coming to and being in a center of Buddhist culture in Thailand, where the collective wish is to help other beings and bring them as much happiness as possible. Now, this is my hat from Zoomtopia, which is the conference about Zoom that I recently attended. And we were blown away by what we found out about all that Zoom has technologically as an app, now that we're in the new app digital economy. And it really went way beyond the technology, and it really, like I say, took me coming here to discover what that really meant. Now, they have here, as a Buddhist culture, the wish to help other human beings and bring them as much happiness as possible. And here's my hat from Zoomtopia, and the mission is the sponsors of happiness. I didn't quite really get that until I came here, and really kind of where that really began to sink in. And for me to write this post here in Thailand, I really wanted to be able to tell you that, it's something that I conquered something that I've been wrestling with for a long time as an expert in media marketing, or what other people have called an expert in media marketing, such as I've been called one of the top 100 professionals of direct response by DRTV News, and one of the top 100 professionals of crowdfunding by CrowdFundBee. But, despite all that background, being a thought leader is difficult, because, you kind of risk just looking like a jerk to, well, I know this and I know that and blah, blah, blah. And how do you come off as, really being just a self-proclaiming expert when really you just sound like a jerk to most people? But what I've been really wrestling with is, how can I overcome that? And really attending Zoomtopia and then coming here to a center of Buddhist culture in Thailand, I really think I found a key, and it's not me. So let me kind of explain it. But, as I've been reading and learning more about Buddhism, they keep talking about, well, Buddha says, and Buddha says this, and Buddha says that. And I thought, wow, how powerful to have that, you know, recognized authority on attaining enlightenment, the Buddha himself, as someone that you could, you know, call on for support of what you are talking about, what your beliefs are. Well, then I really realized the power, the spiritual power of Zoom and the way their focus on happiness, okay, is really true. And what it is, it's so far beyond technology. But what really Zoom has become is a hub for the collective intelligence of not only many people, but thousands and even millions of people, but thousands of companies who have recognized that now that we're in the new economy, the app economy, if you want to ride, you call on the app Uber and you get a ride. You want a place to stay, you call on the app Airbnb and you have a place to stay, you know? And so these become collective hubs of experience and expertise on their topics of interest. Well, what I've learned is that human beings are meeting in new ways than they ever have before. It's changed the economy, it's changed the way that we meet, it's changed the way that we do business, and Zoom is a central part of that, and it's really a hub of the new economy. And I realized that it's where Zoom is the center for collective intelligence, not artificial intelligence, collective intelligence about how business is being done today, because they provide not only the technology which has drawn so many people and their experiences, where they've input their experiences of how to meet with other people to do business today and how to run successful online meetings. And even if you're just a company who wants to, you're a business coach, a life coach, and you just want to have online meetings with one other person at a time, they taught us and talked about how to do that. So I'm not talking about just the creator of Zoom, who we sat in on the keynote speech of, but really when I say, well, Zoom says what they are offering all of us is the collective intelligence of the world's business and small business people. One of the speakers, for example, was the CEO of LinkedIn, okay? So when I say the world-class business leaders, that is what I'm talking about. So this is not artificial intelligence. This intelligence is not artificial. This intelligence is human. And at Zoomtopia, they talked about compassion and empathy and humanity and happiness and loneliness and warmth and mankind and how really things have changed. And so that's what one of the things that I really wanted to talk about in this post. So today, I really, you know, we started this trip in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and now we're out at Phi Phi Island. We've been island hopping to get here, and it really gave me a much clearer recognition of the bigger power of Zoom, which even surpasses the amazing advanced technologies and capabilities of the Zoom app, which, as they say, it just works. So that is a key that I really wanted to concentrate on this post, is that it does just work. And gaining the benefit of collective intelligence just works too. So that's why Zoom is so important, because it really brings the center, it's become a hub of all this great experience. So you don't have to go out and make a bunch of mistakes and try it this way. Maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. Why not learn proven ways? And here's the other beauty of Zoom, and why it's not just another app, is Zoom is so committed to humanity and happiness that they have made all of this incredible intelligence and experience so available on a one-to-one basis. They provide world-class customer support for Zoom capabilities, Zoom technologies. Now, having been a longtime broadcaster, I get that there's parts of Zoom that are super simple and free, and there are parts of it that are more advanced, that a broadcaster like me can embrace and really figure out how to put to work in the very best way for everybody, including the people I most want to help, which are local Chamber of Commerce members. They are the core of the American economy. Chambers of Commerce, just quickly, if you don't know, were created in 1599 in Marseille, France, okay? But they've been around forever. They are proven. They understand business, they understand entrepreneurs, startups, retail stores, growing businesses, supporting communities. There's nothing about business that Chambers of Commerce don't know, understand, and because they are supported by the city governments of the communities where they are, they often have funding to help small businesses. A lot of people don't know that. So that's why I am all about helping Chamber of Commerce members to get new clients by understanding the new ways of meeting one-to-one or one-to-many, and that is often about Zoom. So I wanted to share this post with you, what I've learned about collective intelligence. Everybody talks about artificial intelligence. It's a little scary, okay? But collective intelligence is not. It's just a place like a basket where all of this amazing intelligence has come into one place, and that new center of this new economy is, in my opinion, from my perspective, Zoom. And I'll tell you why. What I realize there's a lot of other platforms, okay? GoToMeeting, etc. You can go on and name them all, but just like you could say, well, there's Android phones and there's iPhones. I happen to be an Apple fan, okay? I have an iPhone. So I made a choice. I could go Mac, I could go PC, I could go Android, I could go iPhone. I've chosen to go Zoom because of the collective intelligence of Zoom meetings. So if you're struggling, if you're in a local Chamber of Commerce and you're going to mixers, and you're just not getting the number of clients that you need, it's because people are meeting in new ways. They're not just going to a mixer and doing a quick, elevator speech in 30 seconds and try and form a relationship from that. They're extending those relationships out digitally, meeting either individually or they're having, and Zoom can do anything. You can do Zoom meetings, you can do Zoom webinars, you can do Zoom breakout rooms. There's almost no limit to the way that Zoom can now be used for local Chamber of Commerce members to improve their mixer networking, get more people to understand who they are, what they have to offer in terms of their experience, get new clients, and then grow. You can expand digitally to other Chambers of Commerce members around you to start to grow digitally, one chamber at a time, one community at a time. You can grow to other, you can grow regionally, you can grow nationally, you can grow globally. You can create information products with Zoom. So there's no limit to how small you can start. If you're just starting a brand new startup as a life coach and you just want to have one-on-one meetings to really separate yourself from the herd so you can stand out, or if you want to create information products that will help a larger community, help you to expand your networking digitally through other mixers, and help your community, help your Chamber of Commerce, help your own small business, and then through having more support and more opportunities, you can begin to grow to other chambers, grow nationally, or grow globally. So just so you know that this is not, I'm not sitting at home or in my basement with a chroma key behind me. I'm going to take a little walk out to the beach right now and finish up this post for you guys. So here I am in Phi Phi Island, Thailand. Just came back from Zoomtopia, where they produce and sponsor happiness, and that's what we want to do with the New Economy Chamber of Commerce. We are here and committed to help you find your own happiness, your own income, to help you grow your business and get more aware of how to meet in the new ways with the new app called Zoom, help you grow your income and improve your community at the same time. So you'll see more from me. I'm Mike Hayes. I'm the founder and the creator of the New Economy Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for joining me here. Wish you could be here with me. Maybe we'll have to do a retreat someday in Phi Phi Island. But I'm here because I'm enjoying the freedom that Zoom meetings has allowed me to have the lifestyle I want to travel, and I want to be able to help you get the most for exactly getting the business you want and getting it in the way you want to get it. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned.
So any comments or thoughts on that video?
Well, that was a great editing job. You're walking out into the sunset there.
Into the green screen.
Into the green screen.
I had it real deep back in
Nice job.
Yeah. But you know, what I realized is, I think the main thing I want to share with you guys is the recognition that Zoom has compiled collective intelligence. It's not an artificial intelligence, it's research. And that's one of the cool things about GBM, is that, you know, there's such a focus on collaborations, and they told us that it's much more powerful, one, to be on camera. And, you know, a lot of times I have not been on camera. Well, I'm now committed to being on camera a lot more. I don't feel like I have to be all the time, but I've always got my hat ready. So when I'm having a bad hair day, or no hair day in my case, then I can quickly throw in my hat and be good to go. That's one thing. So, and then two, the back and forth makes it more interesting. And then the other thing is shorter meetings. Everything's collapsing in terms of digital time. It's shorter. But I'd like to get you guys input, and maybe let's have Lucy start, if you would, Lucy, kind of your take on, and maybe you've had some other thoughts since we parted, you know, from at Zoomtopia, like I did when I went to Thailand, and really recognized that having the collective intelligence gives me instant authority over what I've learned from Zoom. It's not just Mike talking, it's Zoom intelligence talking. That was a big takeaway for me after Zoomtopia.
Big picture thoughts. I mean, we had talked about in the last week's meeting about how impressed I was regarding not only Zoom, but a lot of the big companies that they had invited in to do the seminar with them. They're all focused on running a healthy, literally mind, body, healthy kind of a company. And that was impressive to me, that these big progressive Silicon Valley companies are charging ahead with being in the forefront of trust and reliability and integrity. And the CEO of LinkedIn was the one who said, you know, in order to be a good leader, you need to take care of yourself. You need to have space between, time blocks in between things that you do, so you have a minute to switch gears and breathe and catch up with your emails and things like that. I was really impressed with this, and especially from a health standpoint. And then I'll get into the health itself, where Zoom is also jumping into the business area, is in the health industry. And that was pretty impressive, Mike. I went to that one while you went to another part of the conference, but they're taking, they're letting doctors, you know, at offices that are hard to get to for these people that live out in the remote areas of the country. These doctors are setting up Zoom meetings with their clients And people that couldn't get to see a doctor, or it would take them an hour to get there, or they're too sick or something like that, are now dialing in and talking to their doctor on Zoom. And it's really changing the way we see health at this time. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens with that, like in the next year. It's pretty incredible.
Great. Thank you for that. Great insight. And I have some real strong thoughts on how it's also going to change real estate, Melody, which we can talk a little bit about here, and, one-to-one, off meeting too, about branding and community building. And really, Zoom it's got such potential to empower all of us to really change the world. Even if we start in our local community, we can make our community a better place to live because of our brains, our spirit, our entrepreneurial drive, and the technology of Zoom. And if we can do that one city, one community at a time, one chamber at a time, think of those dominoes as they start to fall across the country, the new jobs, the new incomes that we create, and really just improving people's lives, one thing at a time. And really, one of the things I was struck by, we hear the pursuit of happiness. That's part of the American dream. And what I learned in Thailand is about not just pursuing happiness, bringing happiness to other people. That was profound, I thought. And I think we can pursue our own happiness by focusing on bringing happiness to other people. And we'll surely succeed if we do that. That's a big takeaway that I had too. So any thoughts that you guys would like to share, or questions?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of bringing happiness to other people, it's really bringing value. It's how you bring value to other people. So instead of being a taking economy where everybody's just trying to get whatever they can, it's about a giving economy. And that's part of the new economy. People can sense authenticity. They can sense if you're being real or not. And if you're genuinely bringing value, then you're going to be part of this new trend.
We're all friends in commerce, so we know each other, better than many people might in a group setting. By bringing happiness, it's really bringing satisfaction. Bringing satisfaction of what you do, using the tools to do a better job and having a better delivery is going to bring not only satisfied clients to you, but happiness to the people who are receiving what you have to offer. So if anybody else, do you like to add a business coach comment as I kind of switch gears here over? I'm going to stop this share and go to one other video. It's a short video. It's only 3 minutes, I think.
I just think this is going to change a lot of how we do business. I'm sitting here thinking of trainings I could do where before I'd have to buy separate equipment, separate everything, and learn how to use it, where I already know how to use Zoom. So I'm just thinking of how a business would benefit from small businesses, and even small, medium, large businesses would benefit from using this tool, and how interesting it is that most people in business don't know about this tool. So I'm finding that fascinating.
You're ahead of the curve, right, Becky?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that you just gave us a great example of a couple of things, Becky. You're spot on about cost. There are companies charging individual companies and people $10K a month to produce enough videos to have an impact on LinkedIn. Well, we know, and that's why I'm focusing on the cheap marketing rules, because it's not how much you sell, it's how much you keep. And if you're paying too much for your media and your marketing, you can you're going to be making other companies a lot more profitable than yourself. We're all entrepreneurs. We care about in order to help the most people, we got to care about our own incomes, and that's very important, because the more it's like rocket fuel. You got to have fuel in the rocket. And same thing with your business, you've got to be able to make money. So that's a key. And then the other thing you demonstrated too is when you take a tool like this in the minds of entrepreneurs like us, and that creativity, and not having the property of closure that it's just this or it's just that, but what can these wonderful tools be used for, and really thinking out of the box a little bit about what we can do with those. and make the most of these new tools that we have. It's just going to be a very, very exciting time. So that's what I'm stoked about, is just like we saw at Zoomtopia, is how we can make the most out of the opportunities that we have with these new tools as entrepreneurs. Okay, this one's fun. And this is I kind of had to laugh because I just did this spontaneously. This was on the way back from Thailand. We stopped in Hong Kong for this amazing light show that they put on in downtown Hong Kong. And I look out the window at downtown Hong Kong on this trip that we are having because of the freedom afforded me to do business and networking online with Zoom. And what do I see across but WeWork? Now, WeWork, right, and here I am. The money in Hong Kong is crazy. There's so much money in Hong Kong. It's such a great world market. And I see WeWork right across the river there in part of this light show. So I had to share this video with you guys. And I actually, after this, and I got to send it to Lucy, because one of the things that it said in another video, it said about fitness. So I was here and I thought, okay, while I'm here, I've also got to shoot a video for Lucy about fitness. This one is more about the freedom that we can all enjoy by using this technology. So here's a little fun video. I hope it's motivating for you guys. Hey guys, this video is really meant to be a motivational reminder that your wish list of having a dream lifestyle with the musical background of your life can still come true. It can be available to you, just as it is available to us. We're sitting here in Hong Kong, listening to music in the Intercontinental Bar. Here's the water in front of us, the light show of the city behind us. We're enjoying ourselves, listening to some relaxing music. And really, I just want you guys to see, to make it real, and to let you know that, if you're not enjoying a dream-like lifestyle, that is whatever you want. I'm not saying this is my dream, or maybe that it should be your dream. This is just a stopping point on our trip to Thailand, where we went and visited the elephant reserve and did some really cool things. And then on the way back, we were able to stop in Hong Kong as we get ready to head back. But I just want you to see that a dream lifestyle can really be achieved. And I want this to be motivation for you, that I believe if you join your local chamber of commerce and meet people and start to set up Zoom meetings with them, your prospects, to start to learn how to close sales very cost effectively if you're a coach, a life coach, or an expert or a specialist. Well, if you keep your overhead low enough by meeting in new ways, the way that Zoom allows you to do so, you can then use your extra time and money to go do whatever it is that you want to do. So I'm just sharing this video with you to remind you, as we sit here in Hong Kong, enjoying this one night of music, lights, fun, and really excitement, that this is all possible for you as well. I'm here to help you achieve it. I know how to do it. I want to help you. All you have to do is contact me, and let's talk about yourself, one-to-one, and what your dreams are, what your wishful thinking is. So just remember, wishful thinking alone won't get you into a place like this. You have to take the steps that I take every day and every week and every month to get here. But it is achievable, and if you're not living the life you want, contact me and let's talk about it. One thing I was so struck by, guys, is this and Zoom and how they go together, like, a modern horse and carriage, I guess, or whatever. But, that's really what I was pretty much struck by, is not only the beauty and the fact that, you know, we were there and WeWork was there. So the new economy is spread globally. So any thoughts or comments on it's not just in America where phones are everywhere. You could almost not find a conversation here that everybody at the table was not on their phone in Hong Kong. So it's really global. It's not just here. This is a global phenomenon. So any thoughts, guys?
Well, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was just going to say, I've never been to Hong Kong, but I want to go now.
I know, it's a blast. So, but see, that's it. That's why I decided I know so many cheap tricks of marketing. You know, don't pay rate card, and you know, you don't pay $10K for videos, you know, a month. Produce your own and get that overhead down. I've been concentrating on, really, my goal has been zero overhead. I haven't accomplished that, but I've come pretty darn close, and I've gotten the cost down so dramatically. You know, from what I used to have 8 employees and overhead and healthcare and, you know, and I had as many as 28 employees at one time. That was boom, total insanity. There's that old Italian curse, may you have many employees. So, you know, now to have it down to, you know, you're laughing, Becky.
I am.
Having been in human resources, but you know, now we can just be clever and smart. And so I love the name Cheap Marketing Rules for 2 reasons. One, I believe that cheap marketing is going to rule in the new economy. And I know there are rules and understanding to getting it. So that's one of the keys that I also want to start to bring to the table is, you know, you can call them cheap tricks if you want, but they build a $350 billion direct response industry by using discount, remnant, and unsold media. And that goes for marketing as well. Like Zoom, it even has a free account. So I think that's a little overview. As Zoom says, and I'm going to be quoting Zoom regularly, Zoom says, Mike, keep your meeting short. So I didn't follow the boss today, but you know, we're going to try and get them down from an hour and a half to an hour to even shorter. Or to, you know, the other thing I'd like to do is I'd like to talk to you guys individually too about, you know, where we take an hour and maybe you co-host a meeting with me and I co-host a meeting with you about, you know, about my topic, and then we take that half of that hour and split it, and then, you know, or with each other, you know. So Neil's all about collaborations, and like Zoom says, you know, 2 is better than 1 in hosting a meeting. So any final thoughts or questions? Otherwise, we'll try and wrap this up.
Well, I just wanted to join in. The last startup I was in was a partnership, and we paid $20,000 a month for rent in Washington, D.C. And while I was the top level manager there, I was the main manager. And, you know, I was not only caught up with human resources, but making sure we had enough toilet paper and everything else, right? Yep. So when I left, that was when I decided I am going virtual. I am out of here. I'm not paying rent. I'm not buying toilet paper. I am not making sure that the corners are clean. And we had 65 staff in that one location. So I came out, and it was before Zoom, of course, but I putting all this stuff together on my own. I went to just plain old video on YouTube is what I started with, and emails, and then billing people through PayPal. And it was all separate kind of entities that I had to cobble together to make work. When Zoom came along, my gosh.
Yeah.
And, right. I mean, it just puts you don't have to have all that administration hanging over your head. But at the same time, for me, as I've been working with people and their physical bodies, not only just planning their life, but also looking at them and seeing what they need to do, it's kind of incredible that we can do that now. And I just spoke with someone from one of our masterminds who is doing meditation with people on Zoom now. So like you said, Mike, anything is possible if we just allow ourselves to be creative. I think it's pretty darn cool.
Well, I loved when you started exercising last week in a video, and you got my attention, Lucy. I'm going, okay, I got to start making better 10 minutes of exercise as I'm listening to an audio. Why should I waste 10 minutes of my life not exercising when I can, and again, folks, videos have audios. You can get them on YouTube. You can watch them as videos if you want. You can listen to them as audios as you're riding your bike. I love to ride my bike, and slap on my iPhone, my headset, grab 10 minutes on my bike, and I've got some aerobic time in. So Lucy's a smart lady. She knows how to make the use of time and energy, and we're all going to learn a lot from her. So thanks, Lucy, for that input and that demonstration, really.
Well, guess what? I watched the replay, and I'm not even on the video, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even look at it later.
It didn't get recorded,
but it was motivating to me. I did see it.
It had to be there, right? It was one of those live only at the live event.
Yeah, Becky, you saw it, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was cute. It was good. Great fun.
I'm glad.
Yeah. You rocked it.
One more thing, guys. Please be thinking about this. I think this is very important to all of us. Think of video invitations. Think of that in your mind, okay? That you go to mixers, you meet people, and then what kind of video invite that is going to make you an instantly recognized expert authority that will, when you email that little video digital invite off to people, it will make them want to meet with you one-on-one. And, don't be shy about doing one-on-one meetings. It doesn't even take a group. If you're closing well, you're going to have cash flow. You can get a virtual assistant. You can do a lot of things. So, and if you need me to interview you about creating a digital invitation that will get people into one-on-one meeting with you and your offer, please let me know, and I'm happy to help.
That's great.
Okay, enough said. Bye, guys.
No, I'm raising my hand. I need.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I know we're having too much fun to quit, huh? Anyway. Okay, so we'll do a recording, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I think we're all up for that, Mike.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so be thinking about that. Write up some bullet points so you've got a little teleprompter. And think about, now I call them digital invitations because they can be about anything. They can be a website. They can be a PDF. And now with the new advanced Zoom technology where I can capture anything, they can be a book cover, an audio book cover, a picture of you, your agreement, your website, anything. We can capture anything and turn it into a special report on the top things you need to know about how real estate has changed, or human resources or weight loss or anything. So let's create some really exciting special report invites to get people from mixers into one-on-one meetings with you guys.
Sounds great.
All right?
All right.
All right, guys. I'm going to wrap this up and talk to you guys all soon.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.